All right, today we're going to do the race here coming from Long Beach. It's 11 turn, 1.9 mile road course, temporary street circuit. And so this is in the GT4 car. Let's do a quick reconnaissance lap here. So this is going down the front straight. We just come out of a hairpin, coming down a long front straight with a bend in it, heading towards turn one. Um, so the thing here is you need to be consistent with is basically where you're hitting the brakes. Here, it looks like I'm hitting it at about the 400 marker, but when I look from the view in the cockpit, it's about sort of half, just after the 500 marker. Um, you're starting to see the marker there. On this first lap here for qualifying, I hit it a little bit early just to not overshoot it. Um, let's go ahead and run through the lap here. Don't want to hit this outside wall. You don't want to overslow the car. Um, don't want to upset the car too much through here. This is off camber, so the track's kind of falling away from you. A lot of 90-degree turns here. 90-degree turn, track falls away from you a little bit. You need to get back over to the left side for this right-hand 90-degree turn here. This is a turn that's um, kind of easy to get wrong. You can see how close we came here on this wall here. This is about what you want to do. It's easy to try to carry a little too much speed here. You can get into this outside wall. And right here behind this Motul sign and these other signs is a tire barrier. So it sticks out farther than the cement wall part does. So if you happen to catch that tire barrier, especially with like the left rear quarter panel of the car, it's going to twist the car right into the wall, the front end into the wall, and destroy your race. Um, but you can get, if you get the turn done correctly, you can use this space up near the wall, um, getting close to it. You need to get your turning done so that you're not getting into that Motul sign and the tires.
All right, Jay,
This turn, I
5 minutes
kind
to
of
go, 5 minutes
sort of
left.
aimed for this little cutout here area where the wall comes back in here. Um, that's sort of my reference point. Go through this in slow motion a little bit here. I missed the apex a bit. I could have been closer over those curbs. Uh, Try not to overslow and sort of carry speed, carry momentum through these turns is the trick. Is kind of the goal. Um, it's easy to break late, but then now you're running more of a risk, getting sliding into those walls. This is tough. This hairpin turn here, we're going slow motion, uh, trying to get the car rotated enough to get through here and then back on the throttle, and not get on the throttle too soon, but also not too late. Um, it's a tricky endeavor. Um, so yeah, that's the qualifying lap. Start crossing the start finish line here, um, and so that's the lap here at Long Beach. All right, let's get to the race. Right here. So qualified second, which is not usual for me, um, but put in a decent qualifying lap, and strength of field was a bit lower, so um, meaning I had a better chance at it, with competition here. So you can see
Stay behind the pace car in the left column.
pole sitter kind of basically stopped mid-turn, and I wasn't like far enough to the left to really get a good um, position on it, but I think he was a bit nervous, and let's just get on with it. Um, so he kind of slowed
Okay,
up
Jay,
here.
get ready.
I was able to
RS,
catch back
watch your
up a little
tyre.
bit, and then we got the green flag flying there. So he quickly starts moving around,
Jesus, that is
kind
bad.
of going defensive for turn one, and I was sort of keeping him honest. Let's let's back it up before we get too far here. Uh, So maybe a different camera angle would be a little bit better. Here we go. Let's stick with this one for a minute. So you can see I go up the inside, but I don't get too aggressive with it on lap one. But what I mean, keeping him honest, is I didn't just pull in behind him because then he's going to see that in the mirrors and be like, oh, okay, the guy's not even going to challenge me. I don't want him to have that idea in his head that I'm not going to challenge him. I want to be in his head. I want him looking in his mirrors a bit. So that's what's. I didn't want to be too much of a pushover right at the beginning. That sound you might have heard some cars back around fourth or fifth. You can see it's real easy to lose it on cold tires, especially in these off-camber turns that are a little bit bumpy. And so if we switch to real quick to cockpit camera here, and I'll go slow motion here. Watch the leader here and watch my hands also in my car. I'm correcting, right? And so what happens is the car behind didn't keep up with his hands here or got on the throttle a little hard. So he's turning in over the bumps. He turns into it, goes maybe full lock, but didn't kind of come out of the throttle soon enough. And so that looks like what happened there. Let's quickly go ahead and switch back. So anyway, he loops it. So that was a bit of a sigh of relief for me. A little bit of breathing room behind. You see, leader got loose a little bit coming out of the onto the front straightaway, um, and so we were able to make up a little bit of ground to him. What I took from seeing that was he's he's feeling under pressure. He's making little mistakes here and there, and so I'm thinking to myself, let's keep the pressure on. Maybe I'll make a big of a mistake that we can get by. Not that I want to pressure too hard or try too hard for the pass this early in the race. It's going to be, I think, like a 12 lap race. It's a 15-minute race, but I want to keep the pressure on. Is my thought right now at the beginning. Keep the pressure on, see what happens. So that sound you might have heard, he touched the inside wall coming into that turn there. Um, if we go on board. So as he's turning in, we'll go slow-mo here. He clips the inside. He straightened out the wheel right there, but still clipped the wall. And you can see our car's right there in the mirror. And so part of that may just be lack of concentration because he's seeing us in the mirror and keeps looking back. That maybe it's causing these little mistakes. It was definitely a small mistake, but uh, it damaged his car a little bit. And I saw it, and so it just tells me, okay, just stay in his head, stay in his mirrors. Right there, a little bit of a slip up from him again, and we gained a little bit of ground. And so he's wearing his tires a, a bit more and losing a little bit of track time, lap time there with that. And so I'm just trying my best to be smooth and keep the pressure on. It's real easy to damage the car here. You got cement walls on both of the sides of the track everywhere. So, uh, meaning mistakes will cost you a lot, and trying to force a pass uh, when you haven't already kind of gotten it because of the momentum is probably not going to work out well unless the other guy gives way. And that's just generally not a safe pass to make where the other person has to give way in order for you to safely survive. So you see sideways again there. So he's jumping into the throttle hard out of those turns, not smooth on the throttle. Again, You can see his car step out a little sideways. He's jumping into the throttle, not smoothly squeezing the throttle. I touched the back of his car there a little bit under braking. It was not on purpose. I'm trying to keep pressure on, but I was just carrying a little bit more speed through there than he was. Luckily, um, well, he hit that inside wall again on the other side, the right-hander there. Um, so I was saying with the under braking when I touched the back of his car. Uh, Luckily, I touched him when we were both going straight. I was just diving. I was braking later, and luckily both cars were still straight, so it didn't get him twisted up or sliding through the turn at all. Now he's pulled out of a little bit of a gap and kind of I think about 1.2 second gap between from me to the car in first and from me to the car in third. I bounced it off the wall there now. Uh, so that mistake, that was a 2x right there in terms of like how much damage or how much it cost me in terms of damage to the car. So let's go on board here what happened. So go slow motion here so I can talk over it. Uh, Braking pressure, I don't know. I got on the brakes a little too early. I still had the wheel turned. I mean, I got on the throttle a little too early. I still had the wheel pretty far cranked. Look how far the wheel is cranked. And then I blipped the throttle right here. That's not good. That's just going to slide the fronts even more. That's probably what ended up getting me into the wall, that little blip of the throttle. Um, and also, I was probably carrying a little bit too much speed, but the combination of those just definitely put me out. Um, so anyway, that's a mistake. Luckily, the car behind me wasn't close enough to capitalize, but he definitely made up a little ground on me through that. That car behind me, that BMW, uh, he's definitely quick. He came up from like fifth or so. And where he's gaining ground, I've noticed, is through this next turn right here and onto this next straightaway. Through this turn right here and onto the straightaway, he gets through there a lot better. He backs that turn up, I believe, and is able to get on the throttle sooner, and then carry more speed down this front straightaway, or down front straightaway, but down that back straightaway there. Um, and so that's where he's making up ground. You can see he's a lot closer now. And I'm trying to get this thing rotated. He definitely gets his car rotated better than I do through there. Maybe just shorter wheelbase and better on the brakes, better trail braking through there. And so he's got a bit of a run going here. But this is a pretty fast entry into this turn, and I tagged the wall again. 2 times in a row through that turn, I tagged the wall. Not good. Um, I didn't learn. This time, if we look at I think it was a different mistake of how I messed this one up. Uh, so if we go, so I think what happened on this one, if you watch the break-in percentage, I got up to like 95, so I was like I think locking, maybe sliding the fronts a little bit, and then I backed off too much because now I'm down to like 65, and so I need to really be 80 kind of consistently would have been better, and so I'm not getting enough slowing of the car done right here, uh, and this is what's going to cost me. I didn't get the car slowed enough right here, and now the car just won't rotate, won't rotate. I got the wheel turning the wheel, turning the wheel. It just won't turn. Um, More turning the wheel isn't going to help at that point. Um, so should have braked harder or consistently at about 80% instead of spiking it to 95, locking, and then releasing to like 65. That's what cost me, I believe. Um, so now I got this. BMW all over my back here. I run real kind of wide through there. You notice that BMW runs a tighter line on exit and is able to get the car turned and back to throttle straighter sooner. So he gets a, uh, he's definitely running a better racing line there. And I sort of short, uh, instead of coming, since he's there wide of me, I couldn't run the normal racing line I would all the way out wide. So now I got to take kind of a shallower entry. I take a lot shallower entry now, but now I got to slow more since I'm taking a sharper turn, since I'm starting from farther to the inside. So adjusting my speed in order to do that. And then, so his move is to cross over on exit, which he does. He sees it coming, crosses over on exit. So now he's got the inside coming up
Got a
this back
penalty on the
straightaway.
main straight for some reason.
And I lifted down that short chute right there, knowing he had a little bit of momentum on me. He had the preferred kind of he was going to get that turn, and I didn't want to battle him through this turn. I just didn't think it was wise to push the issue here because all he has to do is slightly go a little bit wider, me slightly misjudge it, and I'm putting my car into this wall hard. Um, so I decided, you know what, we're only on lap 5. Let him have that position. Let's just stay behind him and see what we can do. Also, I felt like he was faster than me, uh, and I was losing ground to the car in front. And so the other thought was, I'm not going to keep this guy behind me in the BMW for any real length
Can't
of
cross
time here.
into the
So
pit
why fight
lane.
it? Maybe he pulls me up to the
I
car in
didn't.
front,
I was
and then maybe
close,
those two
but I
guys
swear I
tangle.
didn't.
Maybe I get one of them or both of them. That was better for me through there. I didn't get into the wall.
I think I was maybe on the line.
Try a slightly different camera angle here. I feel like this BMW got in front of me and then kind of wasn't wasn't really pulling away, like wasn't speeding up. I was hoping he could sort of drag me up to the car in front of us. Uh, I think I think the car in front of us is bouncing it off the walls up here too. I'm hearing some crashing sounds in my headphones here. Yeah. Uh, so he, let's see, bounces it off that. Oof, got it all wrong. But live to fight another day. Um, interesting. Oops, wrong direction. Uh, mm. So this BMW in front of us is better through this section right here. Generally, that was pretty good. That's probably my best time through that hairpin though. So we are now working lap 7, um, 15-minute race. Laps are about a minute and a half. Oh, and the guy in second, right in front of it, puts it in the wall. So let's take a look here. See how he did this. So, all right. So where does he get on the brakes? We're not going to be able to see it probably. There's a 500 sign. He gets on the brakes a bit late. Car's just not turning. He's on the brakes, I think, late and not nearly hard enough. And so that's all it took. And so from my view, I see him going towards the wall. I just try to focus on my my making it through this turn here and leave him some space in case he bounces it off the wall or yanks it left, um, in order to be able to make it through, and I leave plenty of room as it turns out. Um, so now we're back in second on lap 7. Still trying to chase down the leader. He's about this point is about 3 seconds up the road.
Woo!
Oh, running kind of wide there. Just grazed the wall. And that BMW closed up a lot behind me.
The hell were you
He's
doing
now right
brake
on my
testing?
bumper. Oh, leader kind of tagged the wall a little bit on the exit, the hairpin there. So by my count, I've hit the wall twice in turn 1 and grazed it in turn 10, I think. 9, 10. And the leader has clocked the wall uh, a few times. You can see the cars wiggling around. It tells you we are all at our limits, at the limit of the tires, traction. I don't think this is the view we're going to want for this right here. Uh, yeah, so that BMW is looking to the inside. Again, I'm leaving my braking a little too late, driving a little too hard in there, and uh, the BMW behind me is running a cleaner line, shorter line. Again, there, shorter line right there, and um, that's why he's so fast. Is running that shorter line. We're running too long of a line, carrying too much speed in, and it's hurting us through the middle and through the exit. Oh, now he's challenging going down the front straight, down into one. I see it. No need to fight it. Just live to fight another day. And he would have taken me out. Like if you look at that, um, look at where his car ends up as we come through here. If I would have tried to go side by side with him, look how close he gets to the wall. Like there's not room. It's a horrible angle. There's not room to be between him and the wall trying to fight that. He would have driven us into this wall if we would have tried to stay there. Um, so giving that position up on entry is the right way to go. Is the safe move in that point. It appears. We're working lap 9. So not a lot of racing left. 15-minute race. I think I think we're gonna get the white flag on this next lap. When next time we cross the start finish line. He's protecting the inside. I go to the outside. We're going down this back chute. He's protecting the inside. I'm going around the outside. Pretty ballsy, if I do say so myself, and pull it off around the outside. I was happy with that move, as you can probably hear. Let's get a better angle of it because that didn't look so great. Um, so we have a right-hand turn coming up here. he stays to the right on this because he saw ahead momentum and just went defensive from back there because he had a not great run onto this back chute here. And so, actually, maybe we should go chase view. Um, so he saw I had a little bit of run here. I'm close. So he starts blocking the inside, or taking the inside line, not blocking. Uh, I go for the outside and try to get him on the brakes, leaving him room. You got to leave him room to the inside, right? You got to leave the room. Uh, Out brake him through there, and then hope not to get punted through here. And let's see the flag. I think this might be the white
Fuck, I'm
flag.
sweating.
Where's the flag, man? Nope, still not the white flag.
Yeah, it's hot in Long Beach today. Should be in the upper 90s. No wind.
I think he scraped the wall. The car behind me scraped the wall a little bit. I think through there, just a tiny bit. Those guys, this guy's running fourth, fifth, sixth, or have had an eventful race. It looks like. Again, running out pretty wide. He runs a tighter line. He's able to get the power down, but I still hold the position. Come through here. Again, sort of crossover move. He's got the inside again coming up through here. And I'm able to hold on for a second. And hold it all the way through there. There we go. White flag. One to go. Using all the track. Using all the track. Using that curbing to help rotate the car. So we got second, third, fourth within like a second here. He goes up the inside, gets on the throttle hard, but uh, is not able to put the power
What happened
down.
there?
Those guys touch, tangle a little bit, but they survive it. They keep going, and something happens right here. The leader tags the wall. The leader tagged the wall. There we go, cockpit view. How? I don't know. We can check it out. So coming up here, and I see boom, leader. Something's going on. I think that's the leader. He starts moving back towards the middle of the track. I dive over. I hit the brakes. Make it through here. Yeah, craziness. Craziness. We got 2 turns to go. In the lead. Been leading for 3 turns. Oh, touched the wall there on the exit. I got on the throttle a little too early and pushed the front end here. Look at only like 20% throttle, maybe less. Uh, I didn't get the car rotated enough. It's not turned enough right here, but I still start getting on the power. I just didn't get the car rotated, but able to hang on. It ain't pretty, but led the part that counted. 11 turn track. uh, how many laps? 12 laps. So that's what I don't know, 12 times 11, 130 something, 132 turns. I led for the last three. So that was fun. Uh, Happy to have gotten the win. It's been a long time since I won something in this thing. It's tough. All right, let's back it up and see how this guy messed it up. Um, so
What happened there?
let us jump in car, see if we can watch his hands. So I think, wow, he just suddenly yanks to the left. It suddenly went. I think he had some kind of malfunction or distraction or cable came disconnected or something because the wheel just rotates like 180 degrees to the left suddenly. Just boom, yanks it into the wall. Uh, so I don't know what happened there. That's that's unfortunate for him, but uh, worked out for me. Um, so that was a cool one. I was happy with that to get a win there. It's been a minute. Let's look at lap times real quick. Um, Qualified at uh, 126.758 uh, and didn't touch that again in the race, but didn't need to apparently. Uh, that was fun. That was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed that one. Alrighty, thanks for watching.